This $45,000 Chinese motorhome is making RV giants panic because once we open this thing up, from its armored SUV body to its touchscreen smart apartment interior, you'll see how China quietly built the blueprint for the future of off-grid living. And if it weren't for the single catch, this van would have been perfect. $45,000 Marvel China just built a $45,000 off-road motorhome that looks like it rolled straight out of a sci-fi movie. But what's inside this boxy machine is even crazier than it looks. Now you might be wondering how on earth something this advanced could cost under 50 grand. And more importantly, what futuristic bits does it pack that make it the boldest Chinese motorhome on the planet? Well, to answer those questions, we'll first have to look at the bones of its design, because the exterior already tells only half the story. From afar, it's part Cybertruck, part Unimog, but without the six-figure price tag. The Fengjing rides on 215 millimeters of ground clearance, that's nearly 8.5 inches, to keep its undercarriage off rocks and washouts. It's got a full 4x4 system with central and rear differential locks, so both axles can be locked when needed. From the outside, it has that armored SUV style with crisp edges, flat panels, LED light strips up front, and off-road tires that look more purpose-built than optional. Throw in a front winch or tow hooks and auxiliary LED bars, and you get everything you'd expect from an expedition rig. Many listings also show roof racks and overhangs for solar arrays or gear. There's even an option to have built-in solar panels, often rated around 800 watts, to help run systems off-grid. So, you see, this isn't just armor and brawn. There's brains in that shell, too. So yes, it looks like a rugged sci-fi cube with bones for off-road war. But the real hook is that behind those panels is a structure that aims to be smart, insulated, efficient, and ready for life off the grid. And all of that without costing a fortune. But the real magic happens when you step inside this bad boy. Stepping inside, it feels less like a truck camper and more like a compact city loft that learned to climb mountains. Up front, the cockpit runs a dual-screen setup with a 12.3-inch display and a multi-function wheel, so the dash looks modern instead of work truck. The driver's seat adjusts 6 ways, and the passenger 4, which is great on long drives. I couldn't confirm factory swivels on the front seats, but the dinette handles lounge duty just fine. Over the cab, there's a legit adult bed that measures about 2.0 meters by 1.3 meters, with 2 side windows and a big skylight so it doesn't feel like a cave. In the lounge, you get a face-to-face dinette with a pneumatic lift table. Drop the backs, and it converts into a longer rear bed when you need it. Ambient light strips run through the living area, and there's an AC unit mounted above the seating, so you're not cooking while you cook. For nights in, a ceiling-mounted 22-inch TV and branded speakers handle movie duty. The kitchen is exactly what you want for off-grid weeks. An induction cooktop set into the counter, a covered sink, range hood, and a 148-liter RV-specific 2-door fridge with a separate freezer. There's also a microwave and a filtered drinking water tap in most layouts, plus a sliding window right by the galley so steam and food smells evacuate fast. Storage is everywhere, from overheads with partitions to a fold-out counter extension when you need extra prep space. The bathroom is wet room style with dual drains, a molded one-piece sink/shower enclosure, and a rotating Thetford toilet. It's simple, durable, and easy to clean after muddy trail days. Plus, vent windows and a fan keep humidity under control. Now here's where it stops being just a nice interior and starts feeling like a smart apartment. The coach runs an integrated control system with a centralized panel. These are great for quick checks for water levels, power, lighting scenes, and even a 4-way camera view at the door. Under the floor and on the roof, the house system is beefy for the price. Around 800 watts of solar, a 48-volt, 200-amp-hour lithium pack, approximately 10 kilowatt-hours, and a 5-kilowatt inverter charger with approximately 3.3 kilowatts shore charging. The freshwater tank is 160 liters standard with an optional 300 liters upgrade for long hauls. There's also an intelligent fresh air, filtration, your ventilation setup, and app-style smart controls on many builds. You can even choose from 2 different layouts depending on your preferences. And speaking of preferences, if you're looking to buy something similar in America, expect to shell out $250,000 to $500,000. The competition! But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you like the video so far. If you stack the Fengjing next to a competitor like the EarthRoamer LTX, it feels like David versus Goliath. The LTX starts at $798,000, and many builds climb to $850,000 to $900,000. It rides on a beefy Ford F 554x4 chassis with extreme underpinnings, heavy-duty axles, large tires, 43-inch beadlock, air ride suspension, etc. Its electronics are serious. A 24-volt electrical system, 1,480 watts of solar, and a large lithium battery bank. It carries about 100 gallons of fresh water, plus robust waste tank designs, integrated plumbing for cold weather, and a carbon fiber molded body for insulation and strength. So the LTX's power, capacity, and build quality, materials, components, harsh environment tolerance, are leagues ahead. But that's expected when you're paying almost 20 times more, no? The Fengjing can't match the LTX in raw capacity, but for many van life or overland users, its solar, battery, and water setup is usable for days or a week in moderate conditions. That's a sweet spot for people who don't need full expedition for months in tundra gear. Where the Fengjing wins is sheer value for money. To get something close to an EarthRoamer in the US would cost hundreds of thousands extra. Even if it's not 20 times more, something like the Winnebago Revel is still much more expensive. That's because the Revel rides on a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 4x4 chassis with a turbo diesel engine, 7-speed automatic, and serious off-road hardware. It packs a 320 amp-hour lithium battery, dual 90-watt solar panels, and a second alternator for charging while driving, giving it about 5 to 7 days off-grid endurance. But that premium setup comes at a premium price, often going to around $200,000 to $250,000 on dealer lots. In other words, the Chang'an still managed to achieve a superior build for a much cheaper price than its competition. And that applies even to something in the $100,000 range. Take the Mercedes Sprinter. A full conversion with all the bells and whistles often pushes total cost well above $160,000. Some listings for Sprinter-based RVs run between $59,000 to $234,000, with many trending near $120,000, plus depending on brand, kit, and off-grid systems. Add in robust insulation, premium fixtures, high-capacity batteries, multiple solar panels, 4x4 drivetrains, and full plumbing systems, and you're hitting that luxury expedition price tier. Even though all of these picks outperform Chang'an in component quality, customization, parts access, and comfort in extreme climates, they still don't have something mid-range for the average van lifer. On top of that, let's not forget that you're paying nearly 4 times the price, or more, for those premium margins. Fengjing's edge is in delivering most of what an overlander wants for a fraction of the cost, trading off ultimate durability and brand prestige for accessibility and smart compromises. So, where can you buy one? Can you buy it? Well, before you pull out your checkbook, this is where the Chang'an is a little controversial, and if you ask me, it's the only serious drawback that the van has. Let's not get it twisted, the Chang'an Fengjing isn't perfect. Far from it. The main issue is that it's not broadly available outside China yet. Importing an RV like this means dealing with emissions rules, homologation, shipping costs, and customs. Some listings show it being sold on Alibaba in the $38,800 to $53,800 range. But that doesn't guarantee legal registration everywhere. Then there's the dealership and after-sales side. Outside China, there's almost zero support network. Parts, service, warranty work, all might require air freight or DIY guts. And the big one, long-term reliability is unproven. This is a new model. Will electrical systems last 10 years in heat, freeze, and vibration? Nobody knows for sure. The chassis and smart systems are promising, but they haven't been stress-tested worldwide. Still, these aren't deal killers. They're trade-offs. And if this is what $45,000 buys you in China, a futuristic off-road motorhome that pushes boundaries, then imagine what the next generation will look like. Thanks for watching. Here's another video camping enthusiasts loved watching.